Hello ladies and gentlemen, as always I'm your host Airsoft Al, and I did announce a long time ago that I'd be doing a project around the XR5. Don't know what the XR5 is? Well, I'll go ahead and just do a little bit of editing magic and you shall see what it is. This is the XR5. To be exact, this is the CSI Star, S-T-A-R XR5. This is a lovely little sci-fi AEG that a lot of people have mixed feelings about, and I mean that. Seriously, a lot of mixed feelings about this thing. It's a weird amalgamation of mini sci-fi guns rolled into one, including basically unbullpupping the assault rifle from Quake Wars. If you haven't played Quake Wars yet, it's free to play now. It's basically just being kept alive by the community. Seriously, go check it out. But the core concept of this is that it's using a V2 gearbox and is using the original V2 style hop-up unit, which we're going to be changing a lot inside instead of outside. Now, I know many of you are probably going to be questioning my sanity of trying to upgrade, in your opinion, is a gun, or you should just go ahead and Polestar the damn thing. I'm not going to do that. There's a reason to that. I don't have the money for Polestar, I don't have the equipment for Polestar, I don't have anything for HPA, even though I already have a Polestar gun behind me, technically, thanks to Tony, of course. Now, why am I doing this? Well, one, this is technically a budget-friendly gun. You can get this on Amazon. You can get it everywhere else for under $120-something, especially if you use a coupon code and you get it for even less. It does take standard AR magazines, or at least M4 style magazines, but the big thing is that from the EWA show, they actually did say that they were going to upgrade the internals and make it a little bit better. But this is a earlier model XR5, and we're going to be taking this thing apart, and maybe you're going to see some friends in the upgrade process as we go down into the nitty-gritty and basically upgrade this sucker through and through. One thing is, motor's okay. Like, the motor's decent, it's not bad. We're going to open it up and we're going to look at it. But again, let's see what the parts I'll be doing is, shall we? Surprise cat visit, of course, from Daisy the kitty. And this is basically what we're going to be doing. So, first up, we have, of course, a Lancer Tactical cylinder head right here that's going to be going in there. Then, of course, we have ourselves a new piston, a 14-teeth piston from Soul Link. Lancer Tactical, well, tube, because it's a tube, no holes in it, so you get all that pressure. Full metal Lancer Tactical hop-up unit that is the rotary style, because the Gen 2 XR5s are going to have rotary style hop-up units, and you know what? I thought, screw it, get a hop-up unit. Let's see how this thing will do. A Lancer Tactical nozzle, full metal as well. Finally, the big one, Lancer Tactical 8mm bushings, because, well, you'll see in a minute why we have these and why, of course, yeah. So let's get to the takedown, taking it apart, and kind of then go from there to my friends as we completely take all these parts and upgrade it, shall we? Now, I would be remiss if I didn't at least show you, or at least let you guys hear what this thing sounds like stock, especially with the plastic bushings in here. So, I have me a very much so well-used Titan 11-1 LiPo, because this does use Tamiya, and, well, first off, gun, of course, is empty. The magazine's not loaded. I've already checked the barrel. Barrel's empty. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this down to show you the battery compartment. This does have a very, very large battery compartment. So, let's just go ahead. Well, first let's flip this over, shall we? There we go. Flip this over. And this does use a fuse. So if you want to make this thing direct wired, that is completely up to you. But let's go ahead, get it all connected up with an 11-1 LiPo, just so you can get the best performance out of the thing. There we go, all locked in. And semi-auto. Full auto. Tis a bit loud, tis a bit snappy. So, yeah. That's that. The big thing, though, is going to be basically just taking the whole thing apart. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the externals first, taking it all apart, and then we'll focus on the gearbox. So, since most of these are Allen screws, which we're going to need, I'll be breaking out a lot of my Allen screws. So, where did I put my Allen stuff? Here we go. Grab that. Let me find the one I need to basically, yep, there we go. Is this, nope, it's not big enough. So, set that to the side. And, yeah, we'll get the montage going. Alright, so here's where it gets kind of fun, because this right here is literally connected to this via friction, so it's a lovely little thing, but the way to really remove it is by undoing these here, which this is where it gets kind of fun. This barrel here is unscrewable, essentially, so you can unscrew this barrel here and just... Now, I don't like this design for a number of reasons, but I understand why they did it, so it's a love-hate relationship, honestly. But this is revealed the 14mm counterclockwise barrel, but the sad part is that it screws in clockwise, which means that depending on how tight you screw the muzzle brake, you're going to start unscrewing the barrel. So, wonderful. Wish they put a screw on that to actually keep the damn thing in place. So, big thing though is removing this and being able to get to the hop-up, which we will be, of course, adjusting or at least replacing in this part of the video. So, let me see what I can do here, because I really don't want to undo this, but at the same time, gonna have to. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do here. This is where it gets kind of fun for me. Can I try and undo this at all? No, I cannot. Shit. Well, no, wait, it's these two here. It's these two right here that's actually keeping us in place, these two pegs. So let me see what happens if I remove these pegs and if it's able to actually do something here. I hope. I really do hope. Unfortunately, it did not, which means we are going to be removing the pistol grip here, which this is where it gets kind of fun for you guys because you get to see the pistol grip in all its glory. That is chunky. That is a chunky, chunky boy. I'm not gonna lie. Now the motor I do have in this is a classic Army motor. This is a classic Army sports line motor, which actually does work out really well. Depending on how things go in this build, this classic Army motor might get replaced. And with that, we have our version 2 style pistol grip, which, with a little modification, would actually look good on any sort of sci-fi cyberpunk build. I'm not going to lie on that. This generally actually does look pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I do like this pistol grip. It's nice, it's chunky, you can get a good firm grip on it. I like it. I like it a lot. And all that's left is just to remove the pin here, pop this on semi-automatic, and yeah. Kind of how it is. And like that. Pull out the motor. Hop-up unit. Hop-up unit is here. The hop-up unit is free, and like I said, this is going to be the easiest one to do. Because again, this is basically just holding the hop-up unit in place. This is the hop-up unit. This is what's going to be replaced with this. And this is what gives most people trouble, is the hop-up unit. It's not the gun design itself, it's the hop-up unit. That's what's giving you trouble not being able to use other styles of magazines. So let's throw this off to the side real quick and kind of show people, hey, how do I replace a hop-up unit? Well, first off, you take this piece off here, as such, and you give it a little twist. Well, me, I like to give it a little twist. I really do. Granted, it's here's what it is. So let me just quickly make sure that, yep, it is all the way on 0 for me. Just gonna give it a nice little, there we go. Yep, that hop-up rubber's trying to come with it. We don't want that. Granted, the hop-up rubber's gonna get kind of fucky-wuckied anyway. What's interesting is that the hop-up rubber has a split down the middle of it, but, you know, that's just the stock rubber it comes with. Anyway, like I said, this is the hop unit it comes with. Here is the full brass barrel. Now let's just replace this with the Lancer Tactical. And people have always have been telling me actually, oh, why are you doing the Lancer Tactical? Well, because I wanted to go with the economic possible. Like I want this to be an economy build for those who want to work on this on their own, and basically like, hey, this is what you can get online. And you can get this online along with many, many other things. It does come with its own rubber and even nub. I actually do kind of like that, not gonna lie. Here we go. We're gonna find where this thing opens at. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the little little thing. Oh, Me personally, I like to pour it all out. Just kind of like, hey, let's just pour it all out here. That way I can just kind of grab it. And the rubber is actually a little more stiff rubber. Like, I do kind of like that. I really do. So we're just going to put that rubber on there. You want to line up the line with the line. There we go. And then the other pieces will be right here itself. Just go ahead and open that up. If I can. Yeah, this is the kind of packaging I hate and like at the same time, because it's like those, it's like opening a pack of bubble gum. You gotta know where you're opening, where that thing is at least. Pour it down in there. There we go. Alright, now, take this, line this up here, get that hair out of the way. There we go, just kind of slowly ease it in. There we go. Make sure it's all lined up. Yeah, it's all lined up. Take the locking lug here, put it on here, make sure it's all lined up. There we go. Now there would be a spacer here, but this doesn't come with a spacer, and honestly the way it's designed, the barrel's not freely moving all about, it's not jimming about, so hey, you know, that's a good thing. This screw here, I do not know where this screw actually goes, I'll be honest. This is actually new to me, because it's got a screw here. Oh, wait, I see it. Screws in the front, so you can see how far you want your hop up. That's actually kind of nice, I'm not going to lie, being able to fully adjust it as you want. Alright, now, grab this, pop it on here. That's the stock hop nub. There we go. Make sure it all slides into place. All nice and goody. There we go. And then of course take your pin that it comes with and just glide it on in. You want to be able to make sure the hole is all lined up. There we go. And bada! And the good thing is that like that. And I did an oopsie. It's not lined up. Hold on. Oopsie. There was an oopsie. This does happen from time to time, as much as I hate it. Alright, let's see here. Alright, well, let's see if I can get this lined up with the actual locking wheel, because I want to be able to get this lined up. There we go. Wait. There we go. Now she's lined up. Shit. And it's not lined up. What the shit? Oh man, this is why working on these types of hop-ups are always a pain in the neck. Because it's always something. It's always something. Hold on. Okay, let me just back her up a little bit. Come on, let's just back you up a little bit. There we go. Oh, now we're cooking with Crisco. There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Okay, let's see if I can't just get her to be right there a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can't try and... Again, it's a real pain in the neck. It really is. Like, it's an honest-to-God pain in the neck. Alright, let's try and get her to read. Ah, son of a bitch. Okay. There we go. There we go. And... Aha! We're in business! We're in business! Ah, there we go. Okay, let me point it up in the light, make sure it's all, yeah, it is. It is exactly where it needs to be. We are golden, ladies and gentlemen. We are golden. Now let me just put it in here at least, just to kind of get a good idea of exactly how far the screw would have to be for it to actually no, that's pretty golden right there. That's actually pretty perfect without the screw in its spring. So, you know, that's actually pretty good where it needs to be, honestly. Granted, if I have to, which, let me look at this real quick, just to kind of get an idea here, which, again, putting it all back together is going to be a pain in the ass, but again, that's just kind of how it is. You know, that is what it is in this thing. But I do like that Lancer Tactical actually has this adjustable screw along with the spring, so you can adjust it however you want. So we're just going to take all the loose screws here, all that other stuff, we're going to throw it in here, just so it's all together, because again, it's going to be one of those things of, I don't want loose pieces, basically. Which, this is something you can do with your stuff. I like to do it personally, just because, hey, it's all there. Is just have all my loose pieces in one place. Again, that's just what I like to do with it. That's just kind of me, though. Again, it's just how I am, personally. There it is. There we go. We're going to take this, we're going to throw that there, we're going to throw that there. Bada bing, bada boom. Yada yada yada. Bibbidi bobbidi. Anyway, so, putting this over here. Now we get to the fun part of the actual gearbox, and I get to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to exactly what we're dealing with here. So, the safety is on semi, and this, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, this is what I don't like about this. This is where it gets kind of a pain in the ass to work with. Oh boy. Okay, so first off, here's what you gotta do to get it completely out, is you gotta undo the fuse box here, which is a pain in the ass to do. And be careful with the fuse, because again, you do not want that coming undone. Alright, pull this up a little bit and undo that. Pull this up and undo that. And close this completely together so you don't break a fuse, which you can buy these fuses at AutoZone and other car retailers, so hey, nope. Now, in case something happened to the footage, because God only knows something happened to the footage, this is a fused gun, and it's a pain in the butt to get it through that little square right there. So what you'd had to do, and what I did, was literally undo the fuse, keep it in here. You can buy more fuses from AutoZone and other auto places if you have to. And then, again, just feed it through the square. But the big thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is the gearbox. And I'm going to go ahead and point out the points of failure that everyone always points out, because I know they're going to point it out. Biggest point of failure? The bushings are plastic. These are plastic bushings, which we're going to replace. The nozzle is plastic, which we're going to replace. We're going to replace this entire thing right here with a new tube, just so, hey, we have a new tube. We're going to replace the spring, we're going to replace the thing in here with the new piston head, and basically, we don't really have to do anything with the gears because the gears are metal. And honestly, I don't want to do anything with the gears. I just wanted to go about this in the sense of, hey, this is what I would do on a budget. And before we can continue any further with this, we're going to take this to another location, and we're going to go just kind of check that out with my friends, okay? Okay, so, new location, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jay Fresh.
Hi.
And he is a guy who actually has probably worked on guns more than I.
Not really.
He's probably someone, think you bet, the person off camera. So, essentially what we have here under the camera is the gearbox, the parts, and the lube, of course.
Let you use your imagination on the lube.
And essentially what we're going to be doing is I'm going to pop behind camera, so that way just in case, you know, technical issues come about, I'll be able to keep the camera rolling. But you guys will be watching this lovely man right here with a beard and facial hair, better than I, because of course I can't grow facial hair to save my life. You'll be seeing from your perspective and hearing his commentary on the different parts, and of course his commentary on just the gearbox itself. He has seen the bushings. He has seen it, and before we even break into the son of a bitch,
If you call that bushings.
your general thoughts so far on the gearbox.
It's a gearbox with plastic bushings.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Along with a plastic tappa plate, which I've known good, like, actual airsoft guns to have good tappa plates, and,
Always got to keep Al on his toes.
yes, he does. But yeah, so essentially, here in a moment, we're going to change point of view, and you're going to kind of see. Oh yes, before I forget, the location for which we are doing this from is called the Doghouse.
Yep.
It's his place, not my place. Wish I had such a lovely place, even though you're only seeing a, what is that, beige, brown
It's something.
wall, and you're going to see this man here take apart this and commentate through the entire process. So, let's switch positions. Not like that.
We're already lubed up and I got the gloves on.
And he's going to be using my tools. Whether or not he talks shits about my tools, I have no idea. So, yes, let's change positions. Shall we?
Say we would make it serious, but that's not how he does it.
Not in the slightest. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, we have the table! With our hands! For OnlyFans!
There's a fan right there.
Let me just zoom out a bit, so,
Yes.
yes. He's using, of course, Hyper Tough branded toolkit thing that I got for Christmas. Surprised he hasn't said shit yet.
If it needs more tools, I got some in my car.
Oh no, hun. That's Beth off camera. No, I brought a big bag of tools, which has a hammer in it, which I do not believe we are going to need.
That
Yes.
has
Going
fennel.
down.
Unless it's not soap instant.
I'll have to look back at the footage to see what the fuck's got Bell.
Alright.
You missed it. You so missed it.
Alright, just gonna zoom in on him.
Alright. What I do need is a collection tray. Because all of these lovely parts right here, actually that will work. We use the tray or the lid of our toolkit, if I don't knock it off the table.
We're just gonna bring it a little closer.
Yes, we're going to take all the parts off of the table, which Alex has gone with the Lancer Tactical stuff, minus the Solink piston, which is a 14-tooth piston, in a nice pretty blue.
Because blue is great.
Yes. But we shall get into that a little bit later.
Suck it, red team.
Red, blue, it don't matter what you do. It's just if you're out there on the field being a good sport and having fun, number one. Doo-ba-doo. I can already see something in here that I'm going to use for this. Alex trying to say I'd talk a little smack about his toolkit here, but those are going to come in wonderful.
Well, yes.
A little bit more ton. Now, just for clarification, I am not a technician. I am just someone who says, "Hey, let's see what makes it tick."
Essentially, he's like me, ladies and gentlemen, a redneck.
Yeah, I've been accused multiple times.
Except we're not hillbillies. Just
No.
clarification, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with the mountain people.
Well, of course not. They just scared the ever-living hell out of those rednecks.
Yeah. You see this video being edited a lot.
Oh hell no! This is gonna be unedited.
Oh. So the rest of the video is brought to you by a special bottle I have in the refrigerator in the doghouse that may or may not be shown.
do you need the big one?
No, I'm perfectly good working with the little one. You already hear the comment section cracking up laughing.
I'm doing my best to control myself. Beth is off camera doing her best to control herself.
So.
Alright, now getting serious.
I didn't think we were getting serious. We hadn't known each other that long.
Alright, so, splitting apart a gearbox. Do we need a hammer?
Possibly.
What do we need, good man?
Patience.
And a flathead?
Possibly not. Us. We've left one screw, as you saw Beth's hand come in and point out. That one screw you want to keep in there. For just a moment. Look over everything. So you can still flip it over and all that. We'll take this one off, holding the wires that go to the front. This is a front wired assembly.
Which, if you remember my XR5 review, ladies and gentlemen, you know that this thing has a hellacious battery space.
Yes. So, I'm just looking over it now, seeing what is going to fly apart, and we'll have to spend the next, I don't know, 3 days in the doghouse looking for. But here it is, the last screw. Somebody give me a drum roll, please. And it stayed together.
Okay, so before we go any further, and I'm going to use my patented flathead pointer to point this out, this part right here, you're going to want something hard to be behind it, because once you crack this thing open, from my experience of all gearboxes, this sucker's going to fly out. And it will hurt. So in my case, I'm going to hand Johnny a hard piece of plastic.
Which we will live dangerously.
Garcia's.
And once we have it split, lift up on the front. I can already feel the spring trying to do some compressions. Just gently lift it up. I've got my thumb underneath there, holding it, and it didn't run away from me. Just like that. It is going to be interesting getting it put back in.
Yes, indeed. So let's just go ahead and kind of break down the internals of this little bad boy. Because obviously, as they have seen, we have the spring and the spring guide rod, which is a plastic piece with a nut at the end of it. And of course, there are some bushings on the plastic. Yeah.
Now the thing to keep in mind while you're doing this is your shims. Little bitty things. Make sure you remember where they go, and sometimes you may have to take a picture. Which Alex will do with via his mobile phone.
Hold on, getting the phone open.
See, he didn't think about this, but you got to be smarter than the average bear.
There we go, just gonna... Yep.
Noticing on the bushings here, got a one thin washer here, a thin washer here, but there's a thick washer back here on this one. There's actually two of them on this one, which would be for this gear right here. Down in here, your actual, well, it's not the piston drive gear, but it is another drive gear. Okay. Now we'll just take our tweezers and pull this spring up. Be careful, it will fly away, it will run away. Take that off the tappet plate. We'll remove our piston, which is a stock piston for this model.
I will admit, the teeth here that are metal along with the plastic, that is a interesting design, but at the same time, that is also not a good design. I mean, it has gotten some wear and tear, clearly.
I don't know how old it is, how many times it's been used, so
Yes.
we will discard that.
Yes. Now, something else obviously we want to point out is the fact of, unlike most, this is actually running metal gears. This is actually kind of interesting for a $100+ gun that's in this range, because most time guns like these would run plastic gears, or they'd run not as substantial gears. I shall stop my observations and let Johnny continue with his commentary.
Commentary, shoot, I just wing it day by day.
Yes.
Alright, removing the power tube, or with the, don't even remember what it's called, with this thing here on it that pushes the air out. And basically how it all works is, if you've never taken one apart, I don't know if Al has ever did a disassembly video.
Not on this particular model, but this is a standard V2 gearbox.
Yes. If you've taken it apart, but then again, if this is your first time watching a disassembly video, you're curious on how it works, basically, this gear here spins around, pushes on these teeth really fast, pushes air out through here as the piston head compresses the air via an O-ring, pushes the air out through here, it goes through your tappet plate, which has your nozzle right here.
Which is also plastic.
Yes, which is also plastic.
We're going to fix that issue.
Yes, that launches your BB projectile out of the barrel.
And I think that is actually solvent welded in. I'm not going to lie. I tried getting a good hit on it. It's not moving. I think this is all one big piece.
So, okay.
Oh, gonna grab that. Put that back together. Ooh, wow, that is dirty. Fair warning, folks. Always clean your gearboxes, because that is, yeah, it's a bit dirty.
Yes.
Do not worry, we will be doing our thing with the one important tool that everyone takes for granted. Q-tips.
Also doing this, you have to make sure of your shims underneath your drive gears. Had one that wanted to stay here. You know what, we're going to leave that there just for the spits and giggle aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to be removing all of them. And point out, this particular model has two shims underneath this gear here.
Genuinely curious why they went with that option.
I don't know.
Yep, just one of those weird things, I guess.
Yes. And this little booger right here will be aggravating to put in most of the time.
Let me get a good zoom on that. That is our anti-lock thing, which the camera's having a hard time to focus, but yeah, essentially that interacts with the larger gear. You could, yeah, that one. Interacts with that gear right there, which keeps it locked in place every time the motor interacts with it, basically. Keeping it from turning. Don't ask me how it works. I have no clue. I'm not an engineer. I just like taking things apart and putting them back together. I don't learn the names of things. And so far, we're at a point where, yeah, that's where we want to be, because now comes, I think, and Johnny here can agree with me, the first part that we're going to be replacing on this sucker.
The bushings. But we got one more thing to do.
And that would be, good sir.
You gotta flip it
Flip it.
and take your fire selector plate off.
Yes.
Now, this is gonna be fun, because there is a spring right here.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps everything there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have tweezers like Alex has, you probably need to get some, because, yeah, probably need to get this Hyper Tough kit, 77 piece toolkit, small. It's the 77 piece precision toolkit, Walmart special. But hey, it's actually doing rather well, and it looks like it does have a good magnet with it,
Yeah, so I'm going to hand the magnet to him just in case he needs it.
which we will put right here by this spring in case it wants to fly away. You know, pull a Lenny Kravitz and fly away.
Or like some of our viewers' fathers when they went off to the store and never came back.
Al said it, not me. Thankfully, our spring did not fly away.
Thankfully. Thank God. Yoink!
A little piece here, we gotta... Ow. One piece at a time.
Oh, yes!
Alex has exited the building, so now, as in the great words of MC Hammer, it's hammer time.
Like hell it is! I just want to get a drink!
Alex, I didn't think you drink.
Not like that.
Well, it's got a straw. It looks like a Mai Tai. For the record, this channel does not promote...
Alcoholism.
Yes.
Now, the first, of course, of the plastic bushings is out, and you can do whatever you want with them. You can use it for an art project, or just yeet them out the damn window.
Yeet them at the wall.
Again, you may do whatever you want with them.
They're useless.
So, you know what? We're going all the way.
Oh, lordy.
All the way.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
I may need a drink before we're done with this.
Oh, good God. Again, we don't promote... If you are going to drink, ladies and gentlemen, please do so responsibly.
Yes.
And if you're of age, make sure you have your
Yes.
license before you buy them.
Thank you, Beth. Oh, this one's always a fun one.
Oh.
Well, trigger's out.
And the trigger is a standard M4 style trigger, so if you want to put a flat trigger in this sucker, well, you can. But me, personally, I like the standard trigger. It's good as is for me. That's just me, though. Johnny, on the other hand, I don't know. He might want them flat triggers.
Well, I do have two replicas that are flat triggered. One of them is a specialty I'm constantly working on. It was my first replica. So we're just going to leave it hidden away for a moment. But the other one is the Lancer Tactical. I forget what it even is, but
I believe it's the Gen 3.
I believe it is. You have to forgive me on that.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
Yes.
But yes, it's got a lime green trigger on that. A very good friend let me acquire that one.
Yes, our friends, Little Bit and Strong Hand from the BB Assassins.
Yas. Ah, there we go. So, and the thing about it is, with Alice, I've never done this before. Who knows what's going to happen? It may go together. It may not. Only time will tell. hang around. Alex is over here now sweating bullets.
Just a wee bit, because again, I put a good amount of money into this project. Speaking of which, the amount should be coming up on screen now. This was around all the parts acquired, because again, this is all a internal guide, more or less. Is around 100, below 120, 130, basically, ish, give or take. Again, I'm also including inflation in that, because prices do go up on airsoft parts, sadly. Even though Lancer Tactical is a good brand to buy upgrade parts from.
Yes.
Yes.
Which we will get into that here in a minute.
Yes.
And there's your trigger assembly. If you've never taken this down this far, basically what happens, how everything operates, this is how everything operates. When you have your safety off and your replica in a safe direction or on the field in use, when you push the trigger, this piece right here makes contact here with your contacts, and that is essentially what operates everything. Now this model here, I'm noticing, does not have a MOSFET. So,
Nope.
Alex may want to adjust that, modify that in later videos, which may or may not be done at the doghouse.
Yes. Now, again, just a reminder, this is a fuse gun. For those who don't know, fuses are just your basic car fuses. You can buy them at AutoZone, things like that, depending on what the fuse is, but they are inexpensive to get.
Yes.
Now comes the other bushing! It is coming out!
Now this is actually one of your safeties.
Oh yes, that's one of the many safeties.
We're going to remove the safety selector.
Which is a
Yeah.
push forward and
Yes.
lift type deal,
Yep.
I think. Yep, just push forward.
Push it forward until it starts to slide out on its own.
Yep.
Take the bushings, the plastic bushings, pop, pop, yeet, yeet.
Yes.
And that is a complete bare, empty gearbox.
Yes. And now I shall hand him a package for him to try and open that has the new bushings. As well as lube.
He's all about that lube.
It's super lube. This stuff's actually legitimately really good for gas blowbacks, AEGs, and whatever else you might need. So we're just going to set that there, guys. He has yeeteth the box.
Yes, the doghouse will have to be cleaned professionally. May have to hire a cleaner after this.
God help them.
With a good, strong magnet.
Now, of course, Johnny here is more in line with mechanics than I am, so he knows the more minutia of them all. So he will explain, of course, the bearings much more better than I.
But first,
We clean.
we clean it.
Dear God alive.
That's gross.
Yeah, let's get that up there for him.
Ew.
That is straight black, ladies and gentlemen. That is... Yeah. So, yeah, we're cleaning this sucker, and we're going to give her a nice new coat of,
Super lube.
Yep. Synthetic grease. They do not sponsor us. We just like their products. Although, if you would like to sponsor us in the future, please do so. This man right here could definitely use it on many of his projects.
Yes. I really need a paper towel.
How about a regular towel?
Alex has pulled out his OD Green cleaning towel.
That's actually your towel.
Oh. I'll wash it later. Man handed me my own stuff to clean his stuff with. What the heck?
I grab what's within reach.
Pray he don't grab anything else in reach. Because I'm scared.
Beth is over here dying, ladies and gentlemen.
And I hear this video is going to be completely unedited, so it is definitely has an NC-17 rating, probably.
Oh, no, no, no. We're not Monty Python. Yet.
Give it a minute.
Yes, I agree with that.
The moment my studio is built, ladies and gentlemen, including this doghouse being clean and organized, I can assure you the Monty Python sketches will be coming.
Later hosen and... no. I can't.
I can do it.
No.
Beth has volunteered.
She's volunteered tribute to be in the Lady Hosen.
May not get it completely cleaned all the way, but it's good enough for government work.
Yep.
This thing will probably be used for the NCR, so...
Nope.
Nope.
No, this is going to be used for the Cyberpunk loadout, and or Sci-Fi loadout, or whatever the hell I want to do. I just might rock this on a whim, just be like, hey, check out my cool gun. And this is the thing I think I want to talk about you guys about. When doing these types of builds, you're probably always asking, I've been asked many times, why would I want to upgrade something that is obviously a piece of shit? Simple. For people like you. You look at something and you assume, oh, it's a piece of shit. Then, I come around and start laying down rounds faster than it's feasibly possible, sounding feasibly impossible for something like this to sound. And then you realize, oh, that's a sleeper build. And Johnny here, of course, has been around cars most of his life, longer than I, and he could probably tell you a few stories about some sleeper builds.
Yes. Matter of fact, there's a sleeper build against a wall over there that we'll get to in a little bit later videos.
Oh, yes.
Because, yeah. Essentially what Alex is trying to say, you can take something that's $120 in certain places and make it shoot just as good as a $700 replica. But
Never judge a book by its cover is what we're trying to say.
no.
Now this is where the fun kind of begins, because now he's going to pull out the wibbly wobbly spring. The camera turned off momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Johnny has the wibbly wobbly spring and the thing. Now the one thing I will admit is that to keep a nut in place in something like this, a little bit of super glue goes a long way.
Yes.
Especially making sure it's in the right way. Hold on, let me get this screw so we can make sure that it is in the right position, because, well, Johnny, you can tell them about stripping.
You want to make sure your pole is clean.
Not that kind of stripping!
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
I meant screw stripping, because believe me, it's an absolute pain in the... Yep, that's it. Yep.
So what I had to do is turn it over.
Yep. And this is something you should test all the time when you have something like this.
Yes.
Be it in airsoft, be it... Actually, Johnny, you can come up with better examples than me since you've worked construction.
Just everything. But seeing this is an airsoft channel.
We're an all-American channel.
Yes, all-American channel. If you strip it, you might as well just tear it back apart and get it right. So it's just better to do it right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time. In all seriousness, take your time in doing this, especially if this is the first time you are upgrading your replica. Take your time, because once you get frustrated with it, you start messing up. I mean, you see here I have the gearbox completely disassembled, which is a lot farther than what most people will do in their entire time of playing. They'll hand it off to a tech and let them worry about it. Well, I kind of like seeing how things work. I like seeing how things operate. So I am unafraid to go. because if I get frustrated, which you will get frustrated, I know this thing here, the Weebly Wobbly spring, and the plug back here will be interesting because this is not the quick change spring system. It is not.
Oh no.
Yes, we're going to have a little fun. Yes, we're going to have to finesse it because you got to keep this in line with everything. Also, our gears over here. If they move just a little bit, you're going to
Have a bad time.
Yes, you're going to have some fun with it.
Yes. Now, the biggest reason why I say this while he's doing this, I shall explain my method of putting a guide spring like this back in a gun. When I have it all back together, of course, I will try and clamshell it, and I will just slowly, spring by spring, coil by coil, feed it back into the rear of the gun. At which point in time, what I will do is I will actually have the screw like this in it, using it as like a lever, because leverage is a good thing. Which is why I say, I have been hit! But, in all seriousness though, that's why I say super glue the nut to the thing, so that way the thing can stay in the place of the thing.
Just use very, very little super glue.
Yes, don't go crazy and think, oh, I'll just use a hot glue gun. No!
No, don't. Not even I wouldn't even think about a hot glue gun. The best thing probably would be to take a toothpick, put your little super glue on it, the toothpick, and put your dab right here in the two corners. Then just put your nut on there and hold it down for a second.
And then slowly unscrew it.
Yes. Even though this, I like the way they do this here because it is hexed out to fit the nut.
Unlike others.
Yes. Just hold it 30 seconds to a minute. I mean, what else are you doing but making sure this is all right? That goes back to taking your time and doing it right the first time. Hold it, screw it out, and there you go. You're not going to shouldn't ever have to worry about it again. Unless you used more than the toothpick method.
And then you're going to have a bad time.
Because that nut is going to get stuck on that screw. And you're not going to be able to disassemble it for cleaning and maintenance. And then you're going to really have fun because guess what? You had to buy another one of those. And also, while we have it stripped apart, you're not going to get that out.
Nope.
You are not going to get that out.
Also, another thing, I know a lot of people love the sound of the teeth and the threads rubbing against metal. That is actually not a good thing. That is actually, that will damage a gearbox.
Yes, it will very much. Because this is nothing more than cast pot metal.
Yep.
They are rigid. They do what they do. They're made to do what they do. But they are just a taste fragile. You can mess them up. Like, I can literally take this thing, probably, and snap it in half.
Yes. Unlike a scrawny man, such as me. Unlike the burly man, such as he.
Oh.
He is not the brawny man, he is the burly man.
Yes. So, little fun fact about the doghouse while we're cleaning this. The doghouse has been here.
Q-tip?
Nah, we're getting wipe the majority off with this first.
Okie dokie.
So the doghouse has been here since 2013. And it is originally put here for music. And having a downtime on the music this year, concentrating on other things. Well, Alex has the lube been over in an undisclosed location. We're not going to talk about that.
You're not.
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye and I was like, oh no, I'm not looking that way. Matter of fact.
Just so you folks can see what he is doing. But do not worry, he can still see. Even though he looks like frickin' MC Slady. So while he is doing that, I'm going to be doing the other method and taking a cleaning rod with, of course, a wipe, and I'm going to be cleaning the barrel with the hop-up. Beth, if you may hand me the barrel, please.
And Beth is still waiting for her royalties.
Thank you.
From the Kiss song, made back in the late 70s, early 80s. Even though she may not have been born yet at that time, she's still waiting for her royalties from that song.
No.
You know, Beth, you cannot give up. You must get it. You must have faith.
Yes. Just like the Madonna song.
Oh.
Or no, wait. Wrong one. Oh, wait. That's not the Madonna song I'm thinking of.
Yeah. After this, I will give Alex a music lesson in the music history.
Which we may do in the future. Don't know yet, folks. We're just going to see how that goes. And, yeah, I am actually happy I cleaned that because, it's a little dirty. So always clean your barrel and always have not your dipstick, but your cleaning stick.
Which is my cleaning stick.
Yes, it's his cleaning stick. If you're thinking, oh my god, are they going to just be trying to do an Abbott Costello Monty Python bullshit? Yes, we are, because we are that much of nerds.
He said it, I didn't. And I play music. I do everything else. Fact is, I just like hunting people.
No, we are not Dale from King of the Hill.
No.
God rest his soul. But now that we have the gearbox cleaned and all, we can now move on to the most important thing, and him talk about them, the bushings! Hopefully.
Alex is really wanting these bushings. He's pushing this, pushing that.
Because I don't know bushings, I do not understand them. I need someone who knows this stuff better than I to explain.
Alright, we explained the bushings to Alex.
Yes. I will admit, I do like how Lance Tactical actually does their packaging, because most other people, it's like, oh yes, we're going to do little zip things, and it's like, okay, yeah, just freaking cocaine, why don't you? But in reality, folks, zip-tied bags, or zip baggies, as we lovingly call them down here in the South, I don't know what you call them in your neck of the woods.
Ziploc bags.
Yeah, Ziploc bags, is legitimately a very good method, don't get me wrong, but also takes up a lot of space. And really, what the hell are we going to do with them afterwards? Like, we'll have, like, medicine bottles full of little Ziploc baggies.
Yes.
So I like it when companies do this, so they know, hey, they don't need this, they're just going to throw it away.
Yep.
Yes, and for those who are thinking it's going to be eatable, those things are actually kind of hard to eat. Never mind, he yeeted it pretty good. So, I'm going to grab one, pull it up close for you guys, and let him explain while I point, because there are little ball bearings in these, and I don't know why, so he shall explain it better than I.
It's for rotation.
Yes. If you can see in there.
Let me try and zoom in on it. Focus, you dang camera! Focus!
Will it focus?
No, it will not focus, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. No, we're not gonna get focus on this son of a bitch, so... Oh, wait. There we go.
Alright. This one has 6 ball bearings inside there. The ball bearings travel inside a contained ring called a bearing race. But, yes. Is it still not focusing?
I gotta have the hand behind it for it to focus, but you can keep talking.
So the bearing race keeps everything in line, keeps the ball bearings right where they need to be to work properly, because if they go to one side or the other, or gets all scrunched up, bunched up together, the bearing fails. Whatever is rotating will warp the bearing, warp the gear, axle, shaft, or whatever, pin. And once that happens, things tend to go a little screwy and a lot sideways. Literally sideways. Which is not a good thing. These appear to be fairly good bearings for what I've seen. I'm used to a lot bigger, like the size you could put your fist through and not touch anything inside the bearing. So, moving on.
Yes, moving on. But to those who just learned something, well, now you know, including myself. And the more you know.
See if I can't get it to focus on this. Need like a piece of paper or something. Any of it. How's that doing?
That's doing actually decently well.
Tell me when you got it.
Now let me back out a little bit on it. Oh.
I don't know how well.
There we go.
I don't know how well you're going to see this, but the outer part is spinning very freely around the inner
Channel.
Yeah. So the inner sleeve or whatever.
And this should give us better performance versus the plastic Beth. The
No, I did not. I did not touch it.
something moved it. That wasn't me.
All right.
You leaned on it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, it did.
I'll breathe on it wrong.
Alright, now this is where fun gets to be because I don't know if we're going to need the hammer or not.
In the words of MC Hammer! Hammer time.
Yes.
Alright.
We have a Hyper Tough branded hammer. Again, Hyper Tough does not sponsor us. It's just the tools I was given for Christmas. And he is looking through my toolkit. Tool bag. I guess I should say, because I brought my tool bags with me. What do you need, Johnny?
I actually don't want to put steel on this bearing.
Oh, you need plastic.
Yeah, I would
Or
like
felt.
plastic.
Then why not this?
Yeah, we can use that. So what we're going to do is we have our bearings snugly. It's set on there. You have to get it square.
While he is doing
I need my
that-
cameraman.
Yep. All right.
Because this lip right here, which is on all 6 of these bearings, has to be flat against all the way around here.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it will not work right. Will not work properly. If you do get it together and one side is lifted up a little bit, it's going to prematurely ruin the bearing, wear it out faster, and things will start to jam up, and you be in the big game, trying to get the winning points, the winning elimination, and your stuff locks up, and there you are. And shame on you, shame on your family, shame on your horse and your cow and your dog and everything else.
Yes. So, Johnny is going to, I'm going to back up here a second on that so it focuses a little better because, again, I'm using a Kodak camera, which is not the best in the world.
Yes. So what we're going to do is very gently put that here and just slightly tap. May need to tap it a little harder. Don't just go gun-ho and beat on it, because you will break this.
Yes.
You more than likely actually probably need to be pressed in, but yep.
That's not working.
Nope.
Bitch.
Oh boy. Is it in there?
Oh, it's one of those situations.
Oh man.
So, for those who are at home wondering exactly what's going on, the bearing seems to be, the diameter of it seems to be bigger than the actual thing. So, we are going to probably take a moment, turn off the camera, and see what we can do. Because,
Yeah, it's bigger.
wonderful. Wonderful. So, we may be pulling out the power tools, and we may be doing some shenanigans. So, we'll be right back. Alright, so folks, Johnny just went and got some power tools, and that is a intimidating piece of hardware, I'll be honest with you.
And that's the little one.
I know what that's shaped
Yes.
like, and as the EMTs on TikTok would tell you, no.
That's why we're going to lube it up a little bit. You'll have to subscribe to our other channel.
Yes, our Rumble account. Or our Subscribe Star, or our OnlyFans.
Yes, our OF account.
But in all seriousness, though, it's time to get serious, though, ladies and gentlemen. Because, first off, safety first.
Like always.
The black case on that red tote says Ernie Ball.
Okay.
Right there in front of you.
This one?
Yes.
Yes, get him that, and if you can hand me my safety glasses, that'd be great.
Here you go.
Oh,
Beth does not have a pair of safety glasses, so both me and Johnny are the only ones.
I was trying to turn around or
Yep.
go outside.
Don't worry, you're far enough away that everything should be fine. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, don't you guys need masks for this? It's like, no, we're not going to be spray painting or anything. We're not sandblasting. Now, aside from that, Johnny also has a...
Chainsaw file.
Yes.
Yes. And if you want something that's a little smaller, a Dremel tool.
Yes. I do have a Dremel tool, but I thought this might work. Now I'm taking the battery out of this. This, for people who don't know, is a step bit. You can make a bigger hole real quick without changing bits. We're going to explore here for just a second. The toolkit that I have is actually a musician's toolkit with a small straight rule in there that is inches and metric. Standard American SAE, standard American increments, and metric. What I want to see while Alex and Beth are doing charades behind the camera.
I was trying to tell Beth that something in my pocket was annoying, and I was handing it to her off camera so she could place it somewhere.
Yep.
Again, don't know if you guys can hear her from that far away distance, because she is roughly at the door of the 15?
10.
10 feet away. So, don't know how good the mics on this camera kind of picks up.
Alright. Raise up the camera.
Copy that.
Here at All American Airsoft, don't really recommend doing this to your gearbox. Alex has misordered his bearings.
Yep.
We're going to, well, basically, things go western here in the doghouse all the time. We make it work, or it don't. But, with that being said, we have a lot of parts here in the doghouse, and I'm pretty sure there is another gearbox here that we can strip out and modify.
The irony of that statement, of what he has said, is that there actually is. There is a G&G combat machine behind me, so if nothing else, we'll just show what happens when you replace an entire gearbox with something a little better.
Yes. Now,
I'm going to lower the camera a bit so you guys can
Yes.
see what's going on.
inside here, if you choose to do this, there is a indented part where these bearings go right here. And I'm circling it on all three on this side and all three over here. What we're going to look at now is to see if this will actually work. If not, I guess we will pursue other courses of action.
And Johnny gets new parts to work with.
So the flange here, measuring across here, is 8 millimeters across. What we will do is we will take our tweezers, put it up against one edge of the bearing so that way we get a true accurate flush measurement, and go across the center of the bearing. Here's where it gets interesting. This flange right here on the bearing is 9 millimeters.
Which shouldn't have been, because last I checked, and I ordered this off of Amazon itself, and I'm going back to my orders, mind you. Let me find it, actually. Because, again, I did order this off Amazon, and you're probably seeing it on screen, but me, I am using my phone via the Amazon app. And, Christ. Hold on. Going last 2025. Because I know I ordered these in 2025. Here we are. Lancer Tactical 8mm steel bearings. So either they messed up and they sent me the wrong thing, or there are some shenanigans afoot.
So that being said, we're going to measure all of them now, one by one.
While he's doing that, I'm going to read you a customer review from Santa. This was reviewed in the United States on March 12th, 2024. I'm glad that I found the Lancer Tactical store. It has reasonable prices and fast shipping. These ball bearings work great. I use them in my standard SEMA gearbox, and it makes my gear spin much smoother. I would say that is a completely bought review, but at the same time, I don't know. There's only one. There's only one 5-star review.
That's some sketchy shit. Do-da, do-da. That's some sketchy shit. Do-da-do-da-day.
What say you, Johnny?
They are actually 8mm across the face right here, with it flipped upside down. As you can see, flange is up on this one, flange is down on this one. It's 9mm across here, but from here to here is 8. Eight millimeters to your standard American increments, or equivalent, is just a taste over 5/16 of an inch. We'll flip over our box here, and
If I can find one of the stock bearings that we did have, we could actually measure that and see what the major malfunction is.
I had one up here. Did y'all fling it off?
yeah, it was you.
It was
definitely. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Oh, we got it. We got it, folks.
Yes, this is a prime example of don't yeet, because you might need.
Yes,
All right.
Johnny can rhyme.
So we'll loosely freehand this. And it's just a little bit past 6mm. This one is 8mm.
So instead of 8mm bushings, we need 6mm. But that's not a problem. We're just going to slightly modify the gearbox to be 8mm. Now, of course, while he does this, I'm going to remark an anecdote about the size diameter. Most of the time, if I'm correct, it's mostly needed to basically have much more spinning, I guess you could say. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Do I know?
The size differences between bearings.
The smaller bearing will actually spin faster because it is smaller, and the rotation, it doesn't take as long to complete a single rotation. The bigger the bearing, though, they say lasts a little bit longer and is a little bit freer because there's not as much heat transfer, heat buildup inside the little bit larger bearings.
So we are going to change this from 6mm to 8mm. Now, just to specify, folks, me and Johnny both are wearing safety glasses. I myself behind the camera lens. So, yeah.
If you do this, do it very slowly.
Yes. Slow and steady wins the race, ladies and gentlemen.
All I've done is
I think you gotta put it face down.
no, magnet's not going to pick up hot metal.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, so what we shall do,
Do we have any tape?
there's tape around here somewhere in the doghouse, but we don't know about that yet.
So, what we'll do is we'll take a relative available bag. I shall be behind Johnny.
Yes.
And just have it under here.
Yes.
And he shall scrape it.
With our handy dandy straight edge. Very slowly, because if you get this in your foot, it's going to suck.
As someone who has had glass in his foot before, I can attest to this.
Well, this will be
And I
worse.
had a nail in my foot.
Thank you, Beth.
All right.
All right, we have the metal shavings.
Somewhat.
And
So-
then I go to a doctor 2 years later.
Okay.
Thank you for that information. Now, we should, hopefully,
Have a good test fit. In doing this, I've also noticed that we do have shims that are roughly, I don't have a micrometer here.
And what is a micrometer, good man?
A micrometer is what you would use to measure the thickness of that little bitty washer there, or shim, or the flange of this bearing. I currently do not have a micrometer here, so we're going to do that good old eyeball. Okay. So. I need so we don't mess up again, be doing this over a plastic baggie. Now.
Oh dear. Folks, a little bit of an anecdotal about the South. When a redneck, or any man really, has a power tool and they're that happy, there's going to be shenanigans.
And Alex is over here behind the camera sweating bullets. Now another thing too, power tools, safety, yes, this one here is this brand here.
A DeWalt.
It does have a trigger lock if you slide the forward and reverse lever in amongst there. Don't just take your finger and try and rub it off. You never know what's going to happen. The tool may short and catch your finger in there, and then you have a really bad day. If you have a pair of tweezers or something, just take it, brush it off. Yes, most of us aren't going to do that, but in the guise of safety, why not?
Exactly. We're trying to set a decent example.
Yes, a decent example.
Now, hopefully, we should have a flush fitting. Yes, this one right here.
So we'll take this lone one over here, flip it over.
Oh, oh. We're almost there, folks.
I believe it'll work with a little tap tap.
Yes, let us hope it'll work with a little tap tap. Hammer!
Hammer time!
Oh, come on. Up. Aha!
It's flush!
Hopefully. Maybe.
Maybe.
Please, God.
What I'm going to do now is just take a little burr off of this. I know the comment section's probably screaming right now, oh my god, oh my god.
You voided the warranty! Well, here's the thing, folks. Airsoft is a hobby, and hobbies sometimes has people like us who love to tinker on our stuff. And if the companies did not want us to tinker, why would they make things like all the stuff we are about to show you in this video?
Do you need a nail file? I got one.
I don't think we're good, actually.
I mean, it's like car manufacturers. Why give us a car and tell us not to tinker on it? Ain't that right, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
In the wise words of Sam Jackson, we good?
Is it raised?
Okay.
Oh boy. Well, now that you've seen the process, ladies and gentlemen, we will not bore you with what comes next. So, we shall jump cut to when we have all the bearings in place, and then we'll move on, hopefully, to a not so stressful thing. We shall see you in the jump cut. Alright, so we obviously now have everything good and ready to go. Just ignore the parts that we totally didn't scavenge from a totally different thing. But yes, the gearbox is now completely ready to go. Ignore that. Anyway, so the other thing is we went digging around on our parts because, hey, we wanted to see what parts we had, and we found a G&G spring from a combat machine in the combat machine rear. Now, this is a lot better to have versus your standard plastique.
Yes.
Because let's be honest here, having a metal guide rod is always better to have. And if you want to be a little bit fancy with it, you could put a little rubber there, you know, just kind of cushion it a little bit, but fuck it, we're men.
Sometimes you need rubber, though.
Yes.
Thank you, Beth. Now, what we're going to do is now, with our new, properly, totally not pre-made holes, we're going to have gently ignore these. Just you don't see these. You don't see any of this. You don't see any of this. You just ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore these. Ignore these. You don't see these.
Yes, it's not totally completely different gearbox.
Yes.
No, it's the same gearbox, man.
Exactly. We just found more parts from a donor.
Yes.
Exactly. That we're going to be shoving in there, and we're going to be making this better. And yes, this may have gone from a completely different thing of, oh yes, you can totally do this on a budget, which you still technically can. It's just, if you happen to be like men, like us, a bunch of redneck boys, who just have parts boxes laying around willy-nilly, or just a junk drawer, just, yeah. Just stop. Stop. Just gently, of course, place them in there.
Nice and flush.
Yes.
Nice and flush.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and flush.
And lovely snap there as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Totally not like the other one that you may or may not have seen drilling going on.
Exactly. This is professional
Yes.
things that we do.
Yes, professionals.
Yes, that's what we are. Professional rednecks.
Alright. Now if I can remember how to put it back together.
Well, that's pretty simple. So we're just going to go ahead and get the others back on here as well. You just kind of... Ow!
Squeeze them a little bit.
There's another lesson for you guys. Do not invade another man's workspace, much like you don't take another man's french fry.
I'll
Fight
take
you.
it.
I'll fight you over a tater tot.
Of course, tater tots are great. However, I will definitely stab someone over some Chick-fil-A waffle fries. Those are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Except on Sundays.
Except on Sundays. Now, that we have that back together, let's talk
Yay.
about the other parts that we have with us today. And that is, of course, obviously, this, which we're going to replace that. Although, we do have some spare part. We do have another part, of course, that... no, you know what? Fuck that. We're not going to use that. Instead, of course, we're going to talk about the different parts, and then we'll put the whole thing back together. So, send the gearbox off to the side, and trying to extract this from its top, which is, oh, that'll be harder. Never mind. Just pull that out. And we're going to compare, of course, our pieces. And we're going to make sure that that is the correct size. Because, yes, you always want to make sure that this is the correct size. Because, believe me, if you do not have the correct size nozzle, oh, well, you're going to have a bad time. And, of course, I will let Johnny explain why metal is a good alternative to plastic.
It don't wear out as quick. It don't get flimsy as quick.
Yes, and it can take heat better.
Yeah, so it won't melt. And fuse with the gearbox
And,
and everything else.
yes.
You trashing your gearbox.
Trashing the gearbox. Well, that's definitely one way to put it. Okay, so for this I'm going to need a thing, because depending on if there is a plunger with the solenoid, which I doubt, we're going to need a hex key that fits. Not the first try, damn.
9.
So there is no hex key. There is no plunger head. Got it. So, just going to borrow this tool here for a second, and we're going to let Johnny, of course, talk about that and his impressions of it.
Alright. You don't see that? The plunger, the piece that actually, well, it takes all the pieces to do everything in an airsoft replica, but we have one here that is a Solink 14-tooth piston. It is a light blue color, And this monstrosity here that Alex has just put in front of me is
The original.
the OG for this not swapped out gearbox. It don't look bad, but behold. Wop, 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 wop. Look at it.
Yes.
It is super lightweight, all aluminum, all steel teeth on the top. Oh, if Alex comes at me with this thing after it's fully built, I'm just going to throw grenades at him.
He's not lying on that, folks. He's not lying.
Because I have 6 grenades, I will throw them at them.
Just trying to adjust you folks just fine, because this is where a fun thing kind of comes into play. If there is no thing, there's usually this, which is the thing that goes in here. That this has a thing, of course. Don't know if it has that there on it.
What?
No, it does not. So that's going to be fun. Let me take a look at our other one. Okay, so yes, that'll work. Honestly, it'll work a lot better. And it's a Phillips head. Wonderful. So, we do have, of course, a G&G plunger head, which we may... I'm going to let him decide which one to borrow from, because, well, since we have spare parts, screw it. Might as well make this a Franken build. Because, sadly, this requires that. There's a little piece on it right here, which you cannot see, sadly, but it connects to the back of that little hole there, as you can see, Johnny. And that, of course, was not that.
We can eat it.
We could eat it.
Or keep it.
Or keep it. Let me look down here on the track. Yeah, this thing does not have anything which is going to keep it in place unless... Nope, I'm not seeing any threads on it. So, yeah, no, we're going to have to figure something out. It goes in the back there. But the G&G has a nut, which is kind of recessed in there. Or no, yeah, no, it's got a nut which is recessed in there. So I'm just going to take a Phillips head and unscrew this. And I'm going to let Johnny decide how the hell to... This is what is known as the thinking process, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
If Alex had quit stealing parts while I'm trying to investigate.
I'm trying to unscrew here.
How can you unscrew what's already been screwed?
Very funny.
Ha ha ha. Awk awk.
Yes, very funny. Unless, of course, it can go in backwards.
Screw.
Yoink. Yes, it screws from the front. And it is moving inside.
Do you need something like a...
Flathead or a pair of tweezers?
Nope.
Not gonna work.
This little nipple here has to come off for this to work.
Ah, well, I do have a pair of pliers somewhere. That is going to take a hot minute to unscrew, so screw it. Let's see if I can find my wire cutters. Something.
Yes, we are definitely
Red-checkering.
we're definitely engineering this as we go along.
I've got these, and I got these.
Actually, yes.
I swear I have a pair of something or another. What's up with that?
Once again, we do not really recommend this unless you are totally comfortable with modifying stuff on the fly. I mean, honestly, if you're not comfortable doing anything we have done, let a qualified technician handle it.
Yes.
They're more than enough. If you're in our mine and Alex's area, there's more than enough technicians around, and there's more than enough people around who have been tinkering like we do for a while that are more comfortable in doing stuff of this nature.
Yeah, he's got it, Beth.
Okay.
Yep.
I like keeping random stuff on me. You don't know what you'll need.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially things like this.
Yes. Things of this nature.
You think that work?
Should.
A little bit more. We need it flat.
Flushed.
Flushed, yes. Flushed. Look at Al using the big technical words.
Ha ha ha.
In this occurrence, we just holler, Leroy Jenkins! The table is a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
Oh, okay. Get the electrons ready to run up.
I say we have it now.
Yes. Now, while he is doing that, I shall, of course, do a comparison between the two heads. So, the big thing between these two heads is that the one on the left is the original, the one on the right is the Lancer Tactical. Both are of the same diameter. However, this one has two O-rings, which better air seal, and a much thicker and more centered pad for it to hit. Now, the big thing is that the nozzle that originally was on this is plastic. So, that's kind of what I'm going to bring this up here for, so Johnny can explain a little better why metal and plastic, you know, the usual stuff. So we're just going to lower the camera down a little bit so he can explain this a little better of the principles behind this.
Alright. It just works. It just works a little bit better. It's all aluminum. The plastic will slide maybe just a little bit better, but it will eventually wear out a little bit quicker, where you have this red nozzle.
Is it gonna go in?
Oh. And we have a nice O-ring seal there.
Ooh.
Do you need a little lube?
Yes, do a little lube on it, Alex. Do a little lube.
Alright, going to take off the cap here, and I'm going to get a little bit of synthetic lube here. Just get right up on that. Get a little bit in there as well. Not too much, you know, you just want to, you know, just a little bit. I'm going to hand that to him, because he has more pretty hands than I.
Stick it in there like on prom night.
Yoink!
No. I'm actually very curious to see how this is going to work.
I am too, honestly.
Yes.
Because the more... Again, this is definitely going to have a much better air seal, honestly, than the stock stuff. Because again, we have double O-ring versus single O-ring, with a air nozzle that has an O-ring versus one that does not have an O-ring.
Nope, no O-ring.
Yeah.
So yes, you were going to get a lot better seal out of this. So.
Yes. And then of course comes this, which I'm going to let him once again compare the two chambers.
There's really not much difference in them. One is just a lighter color. They both feel about the same smoothness. Well, this one out of the original is a little tacky inside, and this one's real nice and smooth, but once you get a little lube in there, everything will seal up nicely. And basically what we're doing is just overhauling it anyway, so Alex thought, why not just go ahead and go for it?
Exactly. So, this, yeetus, deletus.
Yeetus, deletus. Okay.
This, yeeteth, deleteth.
Now,
on to the main event.
The main event.
Yes, hopefully we can get it to not move.
Need something.
Where are the pliers? That works.
Alex, you hold.
Holding. Is it spinning? Is it not spinning? What's going on?
Spinning.
No, I'm talking about the thing I'm holding down.
Spinning.
It's... Is the damn thing spinning?
It's spinning.
Oh.
I can see it.
No, it ain't no. Okay, hold on. Small flathead screwdriver.
That I can do.
We're having to grab a small flathead screwdriver, but there is a small groove in here on this, if you can see on camera.
Now I'm being an idiot. I forgot. Yaha!
Yes.
Now, do we need a 1/16th, a 5/64th, or a 3/32?
Let me see.
Something I just come.
The bigger the better. 3/30 seconds. Flat.
Right.
Alex,
Yes.
hold in there.
Yes. Beth, watch the camera. Make sure it's still recording.
Okay, pull up.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oops.
And it is assembled. The plunger assembly is assembled.
Yes.
This should be wicked.
Now, we do a test.
That is going to be wicked.
Does she need lube?
She definitely need lube.
Right, lubing up. Your lube stick?
Yes.
Don't forget your dipstick, laddie! Shout out to those who remember that commercial. Yeah.
Once again, I'm not a trained technician. I am just a doer.
Yep, we tinker. Like men!
Yes, tinker, tinker.
Yes, like manly men. Men in tights.
Height tights. If you're old enough to remember that one, it is time, almost time for your prostate exam. That is going to be excellent.
And now we put that in there. Do those need lube?
Probably.
Yep. A little more lube. Yeah.
Alex went all in on this one.
You want lube? I give you lube.
That might be too much lube.
Never, no, there's no such thing.
Exactly.
Well, there is, but just
subscribe to our Rumble channel. Link in the pinned comment.
Hand it off camera to Alex.
Yes.
Yes.
Little too deep.
No such thing.
Oh, that looks just beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. And now, what we do is the patented pressure test. We put a finger over the hole, and then we just push the plunger.
Make sure I'm on good with this.
You are.
Now.
Oh, that's got a lot of resistance.
This thing is going to slam.
And do the jam! That is air retention, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if I pull this plunger all the way out and just slammed it down on the table, the nozzle and everything will shoot up and destroy my light overhead.
We do not want to do that.
No, we do not want to do that. This is going to be a very interesting deal.
Yes.
Because it is a lot of resistance right now. A lot of resistance.
Oh yeah. And now comes the fun bit. Reassembling the whole damn thing.
Wob, 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 wob.
But that is going to be a jump cut for you, and us screaming and yelling at the thing of, "Why won't you go in?" Or the all-time favorite, "Why are you so tight?" Knew that was going to break her. Another heateth deleteth.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after much frustration, hours, and sadly a safety that's a little weird. I got a battery, my guy.
Ah.
Yep. We are finally going to see, because I have me an Elite Force mid-cap in here. The hop-up does have a spring on it. We're not adjusting the hop-up, we gotta fix the safety, but at this point in time, we are just basically saying it's done. So, moment of truth. Again, safety's messed up, so it's just...
Well, he's...
Oh, now it works.
Don't... Oh.
There is issues with the hop-up.
That's a blowout. And now it's jammed.
Yep. It is now jammed. But it works. That's the important part. Okay, we got the magazine out. Put the magazine back in. Apparently the spring might be the issue with the hop-up. Yep, it is.
Oh. That just fell out.
But it does work. That's the important part. And on full auto now, with all the metal gears. What do you think, Johnny?
I think it'll work.
I think it will too. But for now, this is going to be a 2-day build now. So, see you on day 2 when we finally get this thing to feed. So you're probably wondering why I'm being behind Johnny. Not for obvious reasons that you're thinking of. Grab that hammer because of what we gotta say. So, it is day 2 of the build. What did we do in 2 days of us being together and tinkering. Well, let's go with the good stuff first. 1. My man here built his first 10.5 inch. Yes, bring it out here.
Replica only. This is a replica. This is not...
They know it's airsoft. So we're surrounded by airsoft parts. Of course they know it's airsoft. But yes, this is a GMP with a GMP gearbox and a 30,000 RPM motor. It needs a new fuse. That's all it needs. We blew a fuse. That's it. Like when you blow a fuse on those Christmas lights and you have to go buy a new one, even though you literally find out it's a blown fuse because you went through every single one of those goddamn lights to figure out what the... It's not December yet. Not an issue. The other one. Another Johnny moment. We learned he can do what I did. And for those of you who don't know what I did, I made a rec rifle, which you saw in the video. Now there's more light in here, much better lighting. I did this little number right here, and Johnny here wants it. Bad, which is why he built his own. So we're going to take that away from them. But, Johnny, show them what you did!
What did it do?
Show them what you got! So, I brought the G3 over, along with all the materials and stuff, and this guy right here, for his first time, yeah, let's bring it a little closer to the camera so they can admire it. This dude here made the most beautiful wood grain I have ever seen in my life. He legitimately did. Do not worry, there will be photos posted later on of this thing in more detail, but yes, this thing is just beautiful. And he will be using it at Atomic Cell. Show him the scope you want to throw on it.
We'll save that. We'll save that one for later.
Yes.
And, okay.
This is where the bad news comes in.
Yes.
So, before we get into that...
Let me get over here out of the camera.
I'm moving shit so I can sit down.
Yes.
Sit down.
That was what I was going to announce. I apologize for the mess, the amount of everything over here. The doghouse is a colossal mess, as you can tell.
This is what happens when men get together with tools, power tools, and parts and stuff. We just... We do shit. We be building the shit. Like the American military-industrial complex, we be building the shit.
Yeah, well, I was mainly referring to that over my right shoulder and everything. Yes, the doghouse is a constant mess, because everything is stored in here, and there is occasionally music and a lot of airsoft. Some of the other activities, nothing illegal.
Nope.
We don't do that here.
Nope. We may vape, but we don't do the hard stuff.
No. But yes.
Now, the good news. The good news in this entire build, as you saw, we put Lancer tactical stuff in there. It all fits! It worked! And we found out why it wasn't feeding like we saw earlier. Where is that rubber? You know what? You'll see a picture of the rubber. It was beyond fuckered. It was the fuckening. It was the absolute worst a hop-up could ever be. The actual nub of the hop-up tried separating itself from the body of the actual rubber, as you can see in the photo that is on screen.
Yes.
Now, when we had that fixed, and we put a magazine, specifically an Elite Force 130 round, 150 round, whatever, 100 something magazine, mid-cap through it, it fed, it worked, everything worked. And we should have stopped ourselves there.
He did it.
After we went and were able to put the tack rail lower on it, which we would be bringing the gun up soon. I'll bring the camera over to the gun to show you the tack rail, because we literally looked at it and realized, oh, the first rail, which is over here, the first handguard, which is this right here, has recessed screw ports in it. Well, we took a power drill and a chainsaw file, was it?
Yeah.
Chainsaw file,
We'll
and we literally did this. We literally made this essentially so the tactical rail could fit on it, and now I can put grips and stuff on it, and maybe even a grenade launcher in the future if I so desire. If I so desire.
I don't think we're going to desire.
Yeah. But with that said, my dumb self and Johnny's missus here called me out on it and called him out on it. We had a man moment. As you all know, I have mostly Dean's batteries and the adapters for the Dean's batteries. Case in point, the Titan battery, please. The Titan battery, please, with the adapter on it. Example here. That's what I have to do to run a Dean's battery in a non-Dean's gun. I didn't like that. I wanted a shorter wiring, and I happened to have Dean's connectors. Brought those over, and it fired once, and then stopped firing. Might as well stop stalling and own up to our mistakes and give you an example and let Johnny here speak of what happened. So I'll grab the gun, put it on the table, and we shall angle you down to show you. This is the gun in question. The XR5 that was working and now is not.
Yes.
Johnny will explain what happened and what made us focus on other projects that could feasibly be done better. Johnny, if you would.
Okay. Yeah. Your good old buddy Airsoft Owl there.
Fuck you.
Do you really want me to go there?
No. Fuck you. You should have stopped me, damn it!
I should have stopped you. And my response to your remark, you wouldn't like it. I'd just lay there. So what Al should have done was been content with running a small Tamiya type connector, which is this. So we soldered it, and the solder was good. Blew a fuse. So I have it connected like that. I do not recommend it for on-field play. Don't do it. You will melt something. You can burn something down. And it can catch on fire if it gets hot enough. So I did this. And it will not work. So we're more than likely going to have another series on this particular replica, or this particular
abomination of Satan.
Yeah, it's something definitely.
We are not HPAing it. We don't have that kind of money. Stop asking us to HPA it, for God's sakes.
But it's not technically out of the question completely on the HPA. But yes, I imagine what's going to happen is I'm going to get my good multimeter out sometime in later when we decide to come back to this one. And we're going to fully test all the wiring, get another fuse first, and connect everything again. So we'll go through everything again real slow and meticulous like. And we will see what happens then, testing everything. Now this particular airsoft gun does not have a MOSFET in it, that I noticed. So it's non-MOSFET. And yeah. Once again, it's Airsoft Owl's genius idea of, hey, let's put this on here. Yeah.
Now, just to remind everyone, the internal upgrades we did work.
Yes, they did. They did work. It fed. It fed before we cut the wiring and everything. I don't believe it's a cold soldered issue. My soldering work does look like crap because it has been a while since I've done it. But I did something else to test it that I'm not going to say because it's highly unrecommended, and I'm not, yeah.
We promote safety above all else.
Yes.
But, just to point out, the bearings we put in here, the gear we put in here, the piston head, the piston nozzle, the hop-up, all worked. All Lancer Tactical, all worked. And this man here actually test-fired it.
Yes.
And he can... I was looking at his face. He was actually pretty shocked that it worked. I was shocked that it worked.
I wasn't as shocked that it worked. It was just, yeah. With all the... What is terminology?
Redneckery?
No. With all the hell that this thing put us through, yeah. It was bittersweet that it did shoot. Until Alex said, hey, let's change out the connector. That's when the flames started coming up and we heard the laughing from down below.
And we heard a voice in the distance saying, oh, it's working for you, isn't it? Guess what, Chuckle Fox?
Yes.
But in all seriousness, though, from when it did run, it sounded a lot smoother. It sounded a lot better. There wasn't any winding of plastic on metal. It was so smooth.
It was smooth.
So, in the future, in the sequel video, we will do the final full update, which will be, of course, our after-action report on this thing. Damn you, Communist China! Because it was not made in Taiwan. This thing was made in China. Or no, wait. Was it made in Taiwan? Was it made in Taiwan? I swear to God, if it says made in Taiwan on this thing. Oh my God, it's made in Taiwan! Why Taiwan? Why? Anyway, that has been it, ladies and gentlemen, for me and Johnny. We are never touching this thing for probably till after Atomic Cell. Maybe. Who knows? Give it about a month. Maybe we'll hit it in October.
He'll want to work on it tomorrow.
Heck no!
September 12th, Friday. He'll want to work on it tomorrow.
Hell no.
He'll have his video edited and put out probably Saturday or Sunday, September 13th or 14th. And,
Don't you be making promises, you son of a bitch.
then he will, then you'll see another video, update 2 on the... I forgot what this is.
The XR5.
XR5. Ooh, it's been a day.
Yes, this thing.
Yes. It'll be video number 2 of the XR5. The final encounter.
Till then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Alex. This has been Johnny, J-Fresh, the dude you saw from Operation Blackburn take a motherfucking hostage.
That was me.
Of Doom Crew.
Yeah.
Yes. And we shall see you guys in the next video. Or maybe a tutorial on how to make wood.
I like making wood.